Yesterday I watched a TED Talk that made me realize something that I kinda already thought about but never actually saw clearly. That's why I decided to make this video, to share this one mindset that is changing my life right now, and I believe might change your life as well. The TED Talk was made by Simon Sinek, an American author, a best-selling American author, and once I watched the TED Talk, I decided to go on a rabbit hole and explore the topic a little bit more, because I was like, yes, that's exactly what I have been thinking about, but I could never quite put it into words because I'm not an author. We assume we know why we do the things we do, right? But usually the answer is no, because you know what you do and you know how to do it. But when you really think about the reason why you're doing it, you don't know. For example, when I think about my job, I have a YouTube channel where I teach people English, and I say, okay, this is my job, right? I have a YouTube channel, I teach people English, and then how I do it? By posting videos and sharing my story. But then when I think about why I do it, I don't know. I struggle. Maybe right now I'm going through this existential crisis, but when I watched this TED Talk, it really made me think about the why. And when I think about why I have that channel, I mean, sometimes I think I have shared everything I could and I have lost the why. And when it comes to thinking about this concept job-wise, you guys are probably thinking, oh, I'm doing my job because I want to make a lot of money, or I want to make more money than I'm making right now. But this monetary aspect is not actually the why. It's the result of this why, or the result of you doing your job really well. And that's exactly why you might be losing this purpose in your job, if the only reason why you're doing your job is to make a lot of money. And that's why, you know, maybe your parents, when you were a kid, for example, that was true for me. When I was a kid, my parents would tell me, oh, there's so many stories of rich and unhappy people. Yes, if those people think that is why they're doing their job. But they're not unhappy because they're rich. They're unhappy because they either lost the why or they didn't even think about the why. Simon Sinek calls this concept the golden circle. And in the TED Talk, he mainly talked about businesses and huge corporations. But I believe that the concept can be applied to your job and your relationships as well. Usually, people think, oh, what? Oh, how? And then, oh, why? Why am I doing this? But in reality, you should be thinking from the inside out. First, you should be focusing on the why, and then how, and then what. Let's talk about relationships now, because I think that's something that a lot of you guys will find extremely beneficial and important. So when we think about a romantic relationship, for example, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you usually focus on them, like who, right? We can replace this what with who. Like, I am dating this person, let's say. And then how. So basically, what you're trying to do to have a good relationship, right? Like, what are the things you do? What are the things your partner does? And then you only think about the why. Why am I in this relationship? And that's a very bad order, because at the end of the day, for many people, the reason why they are in certain relationships is because they feel lonely, they feel unhappy, and this is just, you know, the person they feel comfortable with. But when you first focus on the why, not only do you attract better people, and by better people, I mean people who are better suited for you, but you also have a clear vision, what you actually want and how to get it. If you start with a why and you think, okay, the reason why I want to be in a relationship with this person is because they make me a better human being, or because they help me when I'm down, or because this is exactly the partner I envision for myself. You should start with the why. Why do you even want that? And thinking about this right now really made me realize that when I was a college student, I had no idea why I was doing what I was doing. And unfortunately, for a lot of college kids, that's the truth. And in a lot of different countries, you can't really be very flexible when it comes to your major, when it comes to what you want to do. You choose a subject and then that's your future profession. But I had no idea. I was like, okay, what am I studying? Chinese. How am I studying? You know, by being a very good student, doing all the homework, researching additional things. Why? Why was I learning Chinese? I don't know. I don't know. And to be honest, that's exactly because of that I had to go through a lot of crises. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do next because again, I was focused on the what instead of being focused on the why. And that's why this additional shift happened to me when I realized that it's not really whether or not you achieve your goal, it's more who you become in the process of achieving your goal. Because if you always come back to the why, if you follow this why, you become a person you're proud of. Remember, failing or not achieving your goal only means two things. The first thing is that you tried something. And the second thing is that it did not produce the outcome you expected. You should not think that the work that it took you for this try is completely erased. It is not. There are so many things you've learned along the way, and knowledge and experience are probably the most valuable things about this whole journey. When something goes wrong with my work, with my YouTube channel, and I don't achieve my goal, I don't think that, I'm a failure and everything was for nothing. I come back to my why. I come back to why I'm doing the work I'm doing, and then I try to come up with a different solution. I try something new. And also, please don't wait for a fresh start. There are so many people who constantly say, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I need a fresh start. I need a fresh start. I'm waiting for my fresh start. Why? Ask yourself, why do you need this fresh start? And it will give you this necessary push. Start before you're ready. When you're constantly waiting for fresh starts, you're just losing your time and nothing is changing, nothing is happening. By doing YouTube for so many years, I have realized that you cannot put something better out there until you put something out there. And also I think that it's very much connected to waiting for a special occasion to use certain things or wear certain things. For example, you might have this dress that you really like and it's a fancy dress and you might be waiting for a special occasion to wear this dress. Well, this occasion is now. Don't wait. I want to tell you a story about a pair of heels that I have, and for a very long time I was just waiting for a special occasion to wear them. I was always thinking, right now is not the time, let me wait a little bit because I know they're too fancy and I don't really want to wear heels right now. Actually, let me just bring them right here so that I could show you guys what they look like. Okay, so they are very beautiful, not gonna lie, I like them a lot. They have these beautiful strings that wrap around your ankle, but for the longest time I was just waiting, they were getting covered in dust in my closet and I was just like, right now is not the time, the heel is way too high for me to wear it, to this party. So I was like, forget about it. And then, you know what I did? I decided to wear these heels to go to a bar that is literally next door. And I spent 30 minutes at that bar and then I returned home, I took them off and I was like, that was the best decision I'd ever made. I basically stopped waiting for a special occasion to wear these heels because I realized that the special occasion is now. I am the one who's creating all of those special occasions for myself. I'm the one who's putting myself inside a box, and that's why I decided that, okay, I can't do that anymore. I like these heels, I bought them and I wanna wear them. So I would be very curious to read what it is that you keep on putting off for a fresh start. It can be connected to anything, not necessarily heels or clothing. Maybe you don't even like heels and it's absolutely okay. Maybe it's connected to your studies or your job or your personal relationships. So if this is something that you would want to share, I would love to read your comments. So I think that's it for this video. This is the mindset that is changing my life right now and I believe can change so many different lives, and that's why I was like, okay, I absolutely need to make this YouTube video. Like, I felt called to make this YouTube video. I felt like this is the information that I would love to put out there. Remember to focus on the why and don't wait for fresh starts. And I'll see you in my next video.